evening. Welcome to ThaiPBS English News Service. This is Suvajan from Surand. Today, a core red shirt movement leader, Jathuporn, who was earlier rumored as a possible new cabinet member, were there to be a reshuffle, was disqualified from holding the post as a Pheu Thai party list MP by the Constitution Court. The court ruled that his party membership was void because he was unable to vote with serving time in jail. The Constitution Court judges voted 7-1 to strip Jathuporn off his status as an MP. The court cited the Political Party Act, which states anyone who cannot cast a vote is prohibited from becoming a political party member. And not being a political party member, one cannot be an MP. In August last year, the Election Commission voted 4-1 to disqualify Jathuporn, a core member of the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship, or Red Shirt Movement, who was detained in prison when the election took place on July the 3rd and was therefore unable to vote. The EC then forwarded Jathuporn's case to the Constitution Court for final approval, which was announced today. Meanwhile, Jathuporn, Deputy Agriculture Minister, another core Red Shirt leader, asked Red Shirt supporters across the country who were dissatisfied with the court's ruling on Jathuporn not to take any action in protest. Rumors from political insiders a few weeks ago suggested that Jathuporn's name, as well as those of some of the other former Thai party members, were among possible new cabinet members in Yingluck Shinawat's third cabinet reshuffle. Today, Prime Minister Yingluck commented that though Jathuporn was now no longer a MP, he was still eligible to be appointed to a cabinet position. Jathuporn would not speculate on his future role to the media today, but he mentioned that he will apply to become a Pheu Thai party member first. Meanwhile, tomorrow, the Red Shirt movement plans to rally at the Jathuporn intersection to commemorate the second anniversary of the clampdown on the Red Shirts' prolonged demonstration that closed the whole area for several months. Police and Red Shirt guards are beefing up security in the area. Police Major General Meti Guson Sang, Deputy Metropolitan Police Chief, revealed that he has ordered about 1,200 police to keep an eye on the Red Shirt movement at Jathuporn intersection tomorrow. Police and Red Shirt guards will jointly man 4 checkpoints looking for people trying to join the rally carrying any weapons or alcohol. The checkpoints will be at Chitlom, Pratu Nam, Chalerm Phao, and Rat Damri intersection, as well as in front of Mater Dei School and the Office of Forensic Science. There will also be a team of bomb disposal units on standby in the area. Tomorrow's Red Shirt rally will include making merit for victims of political unrest in 2010, speakers taking turns on stage, and a possible video link with Thaksin Shinawat. The event is expected to be finished by 2 a.m. the next day. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Yuttasak insists that the Red Shirt group in the Deep South has the right to set up their own Red Shirt village, providing that doing so does not trigger any conflicts. There are some 30 Red Shirt villages in the south, and a pavilion in one of them in Songkhla burnt down Tuesday. Deputy Prime Minister Yuttasak and General Prayut Chan-o-cha, Commander-in-Chief, are preparing to conduct a field survey in the Deep South on Tuesday to ask local residents about the Red Shirt villages. Today, the Administrative Court ordered the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, to compensate 5 victims of the Santika Pub blaze back in 2009. The court ruled that the deadly inferno on New Year's Eve was due to the BMA's negligence. The Administrative Court says that the BMA has the authority to issue or revoke licenses for buildings, including pubs, which illegally alter or add to a building without seeking approval of the modified blueprints. City Hall, according to the court, should have revoked Santika's license to operate as a nightclub after finding the pub altered some structure and failed to clearly indicate the emergency exits. The BMA must now pay 795,000 baht to relatives of the 5 victims within 30 days. Santika burned to the ground at midnight on December 31st, 2008, when the ceiling was set alight by staged fireworks. 61 people died and 225 were injured. More court cases, criminal and civil, are in process. The government has imported the first 10,000 of the planned 40,000 tons of crude palm oil or CPO from Malaysia in an attempt to maintain the retail price at 42 baht per 1 liter bottle, which will help to alleviate the public's concerns over the rising cost of living. The imported palm oil is priced at 31 baht per kilogram, according to the government, while domestic crude palm oil is around 34 baht. Many experts, however, remain skeptical about the importation and warn that palm oil farmers stand to lose from this policy. Here's more from Kun Bandit Gert Bandit.
Freezing commodity prices as an approach to reducing the cost of living is the government's flagship strategy. But more often than not, this well-meaning intention is pursued at the expense of domestic farmers and manufacturers. From rice to sugar, from eggs to pork, the Commerce Ministry controls the prices of items on a list of 42 consumer products and services, including cooking palm oil. In an effort to maintain the current retail price of cooking palm oil at 42 baht per 1 liter bottle, the government has imported 10,000 of crude palm oil at 31 baht per kilogram from Malaysia, which is now being discharged from the fleet behind me. However, questions remain as to why the government continues to press ahead with its importation when Thailand faces no shortage in crude palm oil, and in fact, it is even a net exporter. Since the start of the year, Thailand's CPO reserves have been well above the safety net of 150,000 tons. As a net exporter, we sold over 330 million kilograms of CPO, worth almost 10 billion baht, to the rest of the world in 2011. Additionally, the domestic price of crude palm oil is closely tied to the world price set by large CPO exporters like Malaysia, leaving no room for the government to find cheaper CPO from abroad. Even more intriguing is the fact that the average pre-sale price of Malaysian crude palm oil in the month of May stands at 34 baht 50 satang per kilogram, or 3.5 baht more expensive than the price the government claims they paid for the imported palm oil. So how did the government manage to purchase and import refined, bleached and deodorized or RBD palm oil at 31 baht per kilogram?
No one knows if the imported RBD palm oil was actually purchased at 31 baht a kilogram or where it was actually imported from, even though the current price of crude palm oil is declining due to the impact of the ongoing Eurozone debt crisis and the weakening of the world crude oil prices. The CPO is still being traded at 34 baht per kilogram. Therefore, importing RBD palm oil at only 31 baht per kilogram isn't technically possible.
The government's decision to import a total of 40,000 tons of palm oil came at the beginning of the year, following a call from the Thai Oil and Palm Oil Association to raise the retail price of cooking palm oil from 42 to 50 baht per 1 liter bottle. The association explained that palm oil operators could not afford to sell at such a low retail price, when, in actuality, the average price of CPO is around 35 baht per kilogram. For a 1 liter bottle of cooking palm oil to be realistically sold at 42 baht, the CPO has to cost, at most, 27 baht per kg, or about 7 baht lower than the current price. With the first 10,000 tons of palm oil already imported and distributed to refineries, the government may think the problem of rising cooking palm oil prices is solved and consumers benefit, but the fate of hundreds of thousands of oil palm farmers is now hanging in the air.
By importing palm oil, the government is passing the burden to Thai farmers, who face a direct impact, as the cheap importation keeps driving down the price of oil palm fruit. The price of oil palm fruit in Jathuporn province, for example, is currently just 5 baht 15 stang per kilogram, down from 6 baht last month. When you add into the argument the newly proposed tax of 10 baht per kilogram on CPO exports, and the bumper harvest of oil palm fruit this season, the price of oil palm fruit may be driven down even further to 4 or even 3 baht over the next 4 weeks.
So, What should the government have done differently? The two palm oil experts say that as the fuss is over the price of palm oil, the government should adjust the cost structure. In the short term, the government can choose to help consumers by eliminating the VAT of 7% on cooking palm oil, or compensate the refineries for the additional cost of CPO they are paying in order to maintain the retail price required by the government. Still, probably the best solution is to leave the price of palm oil to market forces so that it reflects the world market price and adapts to seasonality. This is Bandit Gat Bandit, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Bandit. With the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC, becoming a reality in 2015, a scholar has raised concerns regarding human resources. Dr. Runtip Chonapalai spoke with Associate Professor Withiya Danthamrongkul from Thammasat Business School, who pointed out that Thailand has to prepare, especially language skills, and learn about other cultures in ASEAN.
We have to prepare for, I think, three things at least. Government have to prepare to force or come up with some policy to motivate the business firm to upgrade their labor force. It can be come out like the tax deductible policy, to incentive the company to invest in the training development for employees to upgrade.
As well as you said also the education institution and also business. So what do they have to do?
For the institution, I think we have to readjust all the curriculum to include all the ASEAN aspect in all kind of subject and all kind of student activities, to make our student can go around in this region.
So they can be well-rounded in terms of culture, society.
How to work with the people from different culture, different style of working, things like that. And especially we put all kind of effort in make our student to be knowledgeable in language, in the culture, in the neighbor country, something like that.
Thank you, Dr. Runtip. Drug dealers continue to come out with new ways to hide the drugs from the police and sell the drugs to users. In Samut Prakan province, the police arrested 10 drug users and dealers, and one of them fled and tried to hide from the police by jumping into a canal and breathing through a hollow papaya stem. The police have also arrested a drug dealer in Phetchaburi province in possession of about 36,000 amphetamine pills. Shows officials from the Office of Narcotics Control Board, or ONCB, and other related departments in Samut Prakan's Papadan district blocking areas to be searched for drugs. Police found 6,000 amphetamine pills as well as crystal methamphetamine equipment for drug use and the drug dealer's list of customers. During the raid, Lalita Phaichit and Narong Kieng Noi were hiding from the police in the canal. They were breathing through a papaya stem. Police revealed that they have used this trick many times before. In Ratburi province, local police have arrested 4 female drug suspects after seeing them trying to hide their mobile phones in their vaginas and crystal methamphetamine in their bags in preparation for dealing drugs with prisoners. Meanwhile, the local police in Phetchaburi province have arrested Thirapong Si Sajang and Sarod Choi-Wang along with Kitisak Panjam in possession of 36,000 amphetamine pills. They confessed that they were hired to deal the drugs. Today, police arrested a Taiwanese man in possession of 6 human fetuses, which have been roasted as part of a black magic ritual. The arrested man claims he could sell them for over 1 million baht back at home. 28-year-old Cho Ho-Kien was arrested in a hotel in Yawarat, Bangkok's Chinatown area. He was found with 6 human fetuses, which had been roasted and covered in gold leaf to be used as part of black magic rituals. He claims he brought them from a fellow Taiwanese man for 200,000 baht and expected to sell them via his website for 6 times that amount. The fetuses, between 2 to 8 months old, were packed in his luggage and were set to leave for Taiwan. Cho Ho-Kien now faces 1 year in prison and a 2,000 baht fine for illegal possession of the fetuses. These kuman tongs, as the Thai would say, are believed to bring good fortune to the owner. That's all the time we have for tonight. We'll see you again Monday night. Until then, good night. สวัสดีครับ